3rd and 7. Ball's on the ground. Ball is on the ground.
Right here, he's going to actually throw it into his foot.
Not exactly the way you draw it up.
There's a ball here.
If Wagner had just looked.
Williams avoids, hangs down, and the ball's out. They're ruling it incomplete.
A 3rd and long situation, and he's got to hold it. You see it trying to drop to the sidearm, throwing it off the face mask of his offensive lineman right there.
Wow.
But those are the situations.
Look at this offense today. You know, they've had really nice balance, and the best thing that they've done, again, not a very aggressive game plan as far as...
Schultz isn't supposed to be part of protection, so he wasn't ready for it. Ball hits him right in the face. Actually, the Texans are lucky that
he does with Kansas City. If you get the double team, get your hands up. Exactly what he did there.
High snap. Hurts on the recovery, and then he throws it away. New center this season, Cam Jurgens, of course, replacing the great Jason Kelce. And we heard a lot of good things about Jurgens from Nick Sirianni, from Jalen Hurts.
2nd and 7. Kyler Murray back to Connor again. Connor lost the football. Ball is out at the 30-yard line. 1st and 10. Murray open. It's Dortch at the 30, inside the 25. The ball pops out, loose on the turf at the 22-yard line. Play clock at 3. And a fumble on the exchange, and the Packers come up with it again. Kenny Clark recovers. Murray could never get it into the hands of Benson, and Arizona gives it back.
One back in the Ocha prevent for the Colts. And here we go. Levis goes over the middle to Hopkins. The pitch back. The second pitch, live football. Zeros on the clock, and it is over here in Nashville.
still got 2 timeouts. Mayfield dumps it. Godwin's got to go down, or maybe try to find something to happen. Oh boy, here we go. Throws it back for Wirfs, who's spinning his way down inside the 45. The ball came loose, and Otten recovered it.
Browns now in Eagles territory for the first time today, as Watson fires, and it's broken up, nearly picked off.
The ball is short. This is a poorly thrown football. He has to put that ball high into the outside. Judy could have helped trying to come back to the ball, but frankly, you have an opportunity for a big play.
So good on 3rd down. Will he be this time? Daniels down the field, and he is almost intercepted. Should have been right in the hands of Ardarius Washington.
One of the rare mistakes of letting Daniels get out to the right, but this wasn't as easy an interception as you're going to have. The problem for Washington, he's like, there's no way a ball is just thrown right to my chest. You get a little nervous. And
once in this game.
Levis from the gun. Levis, wobbly pass. Boy, nearly picked.
On the sideline. And he gets a little pressure in the pocket late.
2nd and goal for the Steelers. Fields. And that goes through the hands of Warren.
And that could easily be a lateral, and the ball is there, not an incomplete pass. And I think that's how they're ruling it.
Pass. 3rd down.
The play was not
to take the lead with a touchdown here. We'll see how this drive commences after the punt. A fair catch is called for. There's all kinds of contact. There's a flag there. D. Williams had called for the fair catch. Who did what? Chris Conley ran into him.
The bobble of that snap. Quite the juxtaposition on the first 2 plays. A beautiful strike and then a bobbled exchange. It ends up being a loss.
After the punt by the Patriots. Lost it and falls on it. For the offseason, I focused on a lot of small things. Throwing on the run, change of direction.
So to me, Kevin, that looks like the ball was snapped early.
Love, and his receiver slips down, and it's intercepted by Sean Murphy Bunting.
A slip right at the top of the route. And you're exactly right, Kevin. You know, that's the first Packers slip that we've seen. We've seen several Cardinal players slip on the field today.
5-pound receiver in the area.
Watch Beanie Bishop, 31 and white, senses it, tries to drop back, but Trey Tucker slipping down.
The center. And Yelda Frohold's very athletic in space. This has the potential to be a nice play right there if you don't have it. So there's your center right there, going to come out. Watch him. He's going to be one-on-one with Isaiah McDuffie.
Mooney going to the top of your screen, and Cousins to throw. He has time. It's batted in the air. And, knocked away, thankfully.
In Seattle, but dropping this one right here. He does not have a catch today. 1st and 10. Oh, that was deflected. And it's in the air. They say they've gotten it on the ricochet. 2 sacks and a deflected pass.
Anderson gets that ball in there, and Murray is able to catch this. He catches it off the back of Hooper and then wraps it around his helmet. Because I could see when...
Justice Hill in at running back on 2nd and 10. Jackson's pass.
Intercepted! There's that first interception. Sainristil, the rookie from Michigan,
has it. Look at Lamar Jackson swing him down. Well, we had just said not a single pick on the whole year, and boom, the very next snap, they take it away.
You called it. That was almost... Start considering.
Mayfield on that cross. It is off the hands of McMillan and picked off. Jonathan Abram up from the practice squad. Mayfield patting the feet. That's deflected and picked off into the hands of Cam Jordan.
3rd down and 8. Knicks, plenty of time. Now fires deep over the middle. Incomplete and intercepted. Picked off on the play by Elijah Molden. Molden is shoved out of bounds. Off the deflection. Molden with the INT. First pick since week 2.
From 57, it's blocked. Blocked by Myles Garrett. Wow. And it's taken back all the way by the former Eagle, Rodney McLeod.
Exert its will.
Another punt here for A.J. Cole, his 3rd. And they get there. Punt is blocked. Ball is still free. Drilled inside the 10.
The angle and you miss, your body doesn't run into it. Perfectly executed as taught by Danny Smith.
To throw when it's been an obvious situation. He got inside the safety there, and he's known for his hand.
Without half your defense.
Yeah.
Here's Goff on the fake. Looking down the seam. Fires down the seam. Williams maybe had a chance to score on that.
Goff just standing in the pocket. Didn't get much pressure there from the Cowboys D-line, and just an A-plus throw. Jamison Williams has been coming up with that, and again, he was someone I was excited to watch.
We've talked about how Rodgers been getting the ball out quick, and they were showing an all-out blitz, 0 blitz.
They're trying to play man-to-man on him, and it just goes right through the arms.
O'Connell surveys and throws. It's too high. Bounces off of Bryant.
Squeeze it, and these are the points in zone where you got to make yourself available to the quarterback, which he does a good job of, but you have to catch that ball.
How about the pressure that the Raiders put on him? Coming from Patrick Graham, the defensive coordinator, he likes to bring extra people when possible. And that ball was delivered well, but George Pickens got his head turned around just a little bit late on it.
3rd and goal. Shotgun. O'Connell give. Abdullah. Oh, he lost it! The Steelers have it. Abdullah coughs it up right at the goal line.
Oftentimes when you have a receiver who's a wide receiver one.
Almost got the Panthers to jump. Cousins, pressure coming, but got rid of it. And what a grab by McLeod.
Is a part of the football act, and so therefore it is a catch. And then when he hits the defender there, the ball slides out of his hands, begins to slide out of his hand, and so therefore it is a fumble.
2nd and 10, you set up a screen, the Chargers are coming with pressure, and Javonte Williams drops the ball.
This is an offensive coordinator's dream, a quarterback's dream, a running back's dream. Now he's in the backfield here.
Goff going to throw, looking to zing into the end zone. Oh, it was incomplete. He tried to...
Seeing Decker, and there's not many linemen that are going to make that catch.
Hubbard Reverse
pass.
Back to Dalton, and Anthony Dalton is throwing incomplete for the tight end Sanders.
37-yard line. Giants one timeout and the 2-minute warning. Pitch, Brown, fumble the football! Hitter couldn't bring it in, and it's out of bounds before Flock can get a hand on it. Oh, brother. Micah McFadden knocked it free.
In motion. He's looking for Thomas, and he's open. And that was defended by Edwards' derriere, it seemed like.
Trevor Lawrence this year. Open guys down the field, opportunities down the field, and the ball is just left way short. You mentioned it. Edwards didn't even know the ball was coming.
Well, Josh Allen, you see the ball clearly.
Timeout, New York.
Is on the ground, but was he throwing it? And it does not look like he was. I agree with the call as a fumble.
After review correction, it was determined that it was a forward incomplete pass. It will be second down.